Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a video and it is going to be 20 influential movies. I wanted to do just 10, but I started making a list and I got to like 30 something and then like 40 and then I was like, okay, I'm just going to make it 20. So I had to like get rid of so many just to make it 20. I just could not get rid of any more. So we're doing 20 and I hope that's alright with you guys. And if you hear some purring in the background, my cat is sitting right beside you, right there. These are in no particular order, by the way, so let's just get started. The first one is the Lord of the Rings trilogy plus the Hobbit and the second Hobbit movie. I'm just combining them all because that would take up a lot of room. So these are all the Lord of the Rings movies. I do not own the Hobbit movies yet. I swear I will soon though, but these are the Lord of the Rings, and the Lord of the Rings are amazing movies. I love every single one of them, and when I think about them, I just really think of I don't know, it's kind of like shaped me in a way to be who I am, to know like what I love. Like, it really got me into fantasy. The Hobbit was just, when I read it, it was automatically my favorite book, and it really got me into reading. So I just absolutely love these movies, and my family loves them. We all watch them all the time, and I have a poster of Middle-earth right above my bed, so yes, these just influence me in a lot of ways, plus they are some of my absolute favorites. The next one is Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and I just adore this movie. It just has such an amazing message, and it's so cute, and this is one of the first movies that I remember just absolutely wanting to be the little girl, I forgot her name, Lucy. I absolutely wanted to be Lucy. I would just act out certain things in this movie, and it really just striked my love for movies, and this just will always hold a really, really special place in my heart. The next movie is Batman the Dark Knight. This movie just really like got me in connection with my dark side, I guess. Not really, but I don't know, it just opened my eyes to a lot of things. I know that sounds really weird because this movie is pretty sadistic, but this movie just really, I don't know, it did something to me, and it was really special to me, and I love Heath Ledger. Complete, absolute fan of him. He is my favorite actor, was my favorite actor, and will forever be my favorite actor, no matter if he is alive or dead. I absolutely love him, and his performance in this movie was phenomenal, and this movie just really did have an influence on me, so definitely this. The next movie is Star Wars Episode 1, and I know a lot of you are probably groaning at that, but I absolutely love that movie. That is the movie that got me into Star Wars. Of course, I've seen all the other ones, even the old ones, but that movie really got me into it. I remember falling in love with Anakin, the little boy. He was so cute to me because I was about his age when I first saw it. So I just had a total crush on him, and then when the next movies came out, Anakin was Hayden Christensen, and I've just had a crush on him since then. But that's not the reason I love the movie, but yeah, it was just so... It was a good movie for like a younger person to get into like action and Star Wars and all that stuff, and it was just very cool, and from then on I absolutely loved Padme, and I wanted to be her. Kitty just jumped on the bed, and yes, I just love that movie, and it has a very special place in my heart, and I do own it, I just cannot find it. That's like, I pretty much own all these movies, but I can't find some of them, so sorry. The next movie is Star Trek Into Darkness. I have the first Star Trek movie. I don't have the second one yet. Actually, I think I might have it, but I think my dad might have taken it on a business trip. But this is the first one, and I love them both, but the second one, just absolutely loved it. I went to the midnight premiere with my parents, and we thought it was going to be like really crowded, and it wasn't. There was like literally 5 people in there, and it was really depressing because I was like, this movie is awesome, and it was just so good. And Star Trek is like my dad's favorite movie series and TV shows, and I like having that thing that me and him really love together, and my brothers love it, and everyone in my family loves it, so it's just really special to me. Next is X-Men, and I had no idea which movie to pick for this out of like all the 5 movies, the first 3 X-Men movies, and then X-Men Origins Wolverine, and then X-Men First Class. I did not know which one to pick. I love them all, and they all influenced me in some way or another, so I'm just going to say all of them. I literally own every single one, and I could only find X-Men Wolverine, but I just decided not to bring it in here. Those movies just, I wish I was an X-Man or X-Woman. I don't know. I love all the powers they had. I used to play around and pretend I had like claws and stuff and put like, you know, pencils in there, and it just absolutely in love with X-Men. So that movie definitely influenced me. The next movie is Shooter with Mark Wahlberg, and this movie is absolute amazingness. This movie made me want to be a sniper in the Army or Marines or whatever the heck. I don't even know. I don't want to do that anymore, but when I was younger, totally wanted to be in the military and be a sniper. And I just thought this movie was absolutely the coolest thing in the world when I saw it. And I still remember things about it. The ending was awesome. So this definitely holds a special place in my heart. The next movie is A Knight's Tale, another Heath Ledger movie. And I cannot find this for the life of me. I know for a fact we have a DVD of it and a VHS tape of it. That's weird, but we have a VHS tape of A Knight's Tale. And I absolutely love this movie. I know this movie front to back. I knew all the actors in it. When this movie came out, I just loved it. I got the tape, as I said. I'd watch it all the time. So this is just a childhood favorite of mine, and it really got me into like historical fiction kind of things. And yes, this movie is amazing, and Heath Ledger is my forever man crush. And the next movie is The Patriot. What do you know? Another Heath Ledger movie. But yes, this movie, when I was 3 years old, this came out, 3 or 4, and I went and saw it in theaters, even though it is rated R. I went and saw this movie in theaters when I was about 4 and loved it. It has literally been my favorite movie since I was that age to about a few years ago. It was my favorite movie forever. It may not be the most accurate thing in the entire world, but it is beautiful, and everyone's seen this. If you haven't, go check it out. People don't like it. Historical people say it's wrong. I know it's wrong. It's historical fiction, but it is so cool, and it does give you a pretty good feel of things in that time zone of the American Revolution, and cried my eyes out in this movie. Literally, if you know what I'm talking about. Heath Ledger. Oh my god. But yes, this movie made me want to name my firstborn son Gabriel, because that is Heath Ledger's name. Absolutely love that name. Have loved it for my entire life. So this may be the most influential movie on my life, honestly. So many things from it have shaped me into the person I am now. But yes, love The Patriot. The next movie is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Now, this may be a kind of random one to say that it's my favorite. I would say the whole series, but this one actually is the most influential to me. First of all, I have not read the books. Yet to read the books. I swear I will read them soon enough. But I had not read the books yet. And throughout the entire series, I remember loving Snape. Okay? I loved him, even though in the first movies, he's obviously like the bad guy. He's the villain. But I loved him. I always knew inside he was a good guy. And I hadn't read the books, so I didn't know, you know? And this movie kinda just lets you into how he is, you know, a good guy. And I just remember being so surprised. I was like, yes, I was right! I knew I was right! And yeah, so it's not like, I mean, he's not like a good guy, but he's like, you know what I'm saying. Anyways, and this movie was the first Harry Potter movie that I really, 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 like, anticipated. I loved all the other ones, but this one was the one that I looked up on IMDb. I waited for all the trailers to come out. I talked to it with my brother, who's read all the books, and this was the one I was most excited about, and I went to see it with my brother the day it came out, and I just enjoyed it so much, and it was very influential. The next one is The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, yet another Heath Ledger movie. I swear, I swear it's just a coincidence that all these have influenced me. I'm not just picking them because they're Heath Ledger movies, but The Imaginary of Dr. Parnassus is the last movie Heath Ledger was in. It was not The Dark Knight, contrary to popular belief. The Imaginary of Dr. Parnassus was the last movie that came out of Heath Ledger's, and he did not actually finish it, but the writers just arranged it in a way so that it would work, so they could keep his character in it and not get a new actor for it, and he was phenomenal. This movie just really led the way for me to become a total dreamer. I am such a dreamer. I'm a realist, but I daydream, I dream phenomenal dreams. Dreaming is just my thing. It's just, there's a quote that's, can you put a price on your dreams, is something that Heath Ledger says, and I honestly want like a tattoo of that. But yeah, this movie is just so good. I know it would have been 20 times better if Heath Ledger would have been able to finish it, and it's a serious tragedy, but other actors stepped in, helped out, and it's a really cool concept, and I think a lot of people would enjoy this. And yes, very influential on my life. Next is War Horse, another historical fiction movie that I absolutely loved. My dad was watching this one time, and I came in on like halfway through, and I finished it, and then the next day I watched the entire movie through because I loved the second half that much. And it is just so tragic and beautiful, and a lot of you know what this movie is about, and this is definitely one of my favorite movies, as well as a very influential movie, and the main character in this is just such an amazing person, and I really wanted to like strive to be as amazing as he is, and yes, this movie is so good. Next is The Avengers. The Avengers is what got me into Marvel movies. I had seen Iron Man's, of course, and I think I'd seen Captain America as well, but The Avengers is what made me total full-hearted fan, and is what introduced me into Loki, and Loki is my favorite villain of all time. I love Loki so much. I'm obsessed. And I hadn't seen Thor yet, so as soon as I saw The Avengers, I was like, gotta see Thor, I gotta see more Loki, and then I was totally enthralled, and I love Marvel so much. So very influential. Next is The Expendables, and this movie is influential because I saw this with my family around the holidays. We all sat down and watched it upstairs in my movie room, and we all loved it, and it was so action-packed, such a manly movie, and I love manly movies, so this movie was amazing, and it introduced me to Jason Statham, and I love him. He is so cool, so yes. Next is The Lion King, and yes, this is a VHS tape of The Lion King, but obviously this is just my Disney pick. The Lion King is my favorite Disney movie. It is so adorable. All the songs, I sing them all the time. I love this movie to no end. The second one I love even more, honestly, but this one is the most influential. These are my favorite movies. These are my most influential movies. So this movie, it just really made me happy, and I do that little thing the monkeys doing to my cats. I do that all the time to my cats, and they hate it, and it's fun. So definitely an influential movie. Next movie is Law Abiding Citizen. I do not own this one either, but it is awesome. This is the most badass movie I've ever seen in my entire life, and when I saw it, I thought about it forever. I thought about it all the time, and it made me want to be like in the FBI or something, be like a total badass, and I still want to be a total badass, but I'm working on it. And yes, so this movie just really introduced me into anti-heroes, because yeah, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But yes, this movie is amazing, and the ending is kind of sucks, but yes, very influential. Next is Pirates of the Caribbean, and this is Outworld's in because it's my favorite, but every single one of these is amazing. These are very influential to me because me and my best friend Raina saw all these movies in theaters, and it was something that really brought us together. We loved these movies so much. I used to have a poster of Orlando Bloom in his William costume up in my room, and this is just an amazing set of movies, and Johnny Depp's amazing. It introduced me into Johnny Depp, Orlando Bloom, Keira Knightley, everyone. love this movie so much, and it holds a very special place in my heart. Next movie is The Brothers Grimm, and that movie got me into Grimm. Grimm fairy tales are my life. I love Grimm fairy tales so much. Yet another Heath Ledger movie. Can we count the amount of Heath Ledger movies in this list? So many, but I love it. It introduced me to Matt Damon. It introduced me to Grimm fairy tales. It seriously changed my life when I saw this movie, so I love it. The 19th movie on this list is Speed Racer. This is arguably my favorite movie to date. I don't know why. I honestly do not know why I love this movie so much, but I absolutely love it. I saw it with my entire family, my brothers, my parents, some of my cousins, and my aunt and uncle, and we had a ball with it, loved it. I especially loved it. It is just so beautiful. This is the most beautiful movie I've seen. It's so colorful and just brilliant. Honestly, brilliant. And it's and Emile Hirsch, I love him. I know I mentioned like all the actors in these, but seriously, such a good movie, and yes, it influenced my life so much. Hi, kitty. And yeah, totally recommend you see this. Out of all the movies on this list, I recommend you see this one the most. Number 20 on this list is Gracie, which is a soccer movie. As some of you may know, I play soccer, and this movie is really beautiful. It's about this girl's struggle to be on the boys' soccer team at her school because there isn't a girls' soccer team, and she would be like the star player on the girls' one, but she is, you know, she has to go and try out for the boys because there isn't a girls, and they hate it. They do not want her on the team at all, and her brother was a star player in soccer, and she just looks up to him so much, and there's a tragedy in the beginning, but it has a good ending, and it's just really beautiful, and it really influenced me because obviously I'm a soccer player, and I think this would influence any soccer player, so it's just a story of triumph and courage and amazingness, and I love it. So now that this really long video is out of the way, I'm sorry it's so long, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I would love to see influential movies of your guys', so if you do a video, please let me know. I love seeing videos about movies, and I will have new videos coming up soon. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see all of you later. Bye!